Have you ever wondered what games you should keep or you should lose? Find out here at Purge Reviews.
Here's Kingdom Builder Crossroads. This is the second expansion to Kingdom Builder. We're going to open it up and take a look and see what's inside. You're going to get a rule book. Now, the rules are going to be fairly easy if you play the base game. You have a picture of the components here. The changes to the setup that you're going to have. And then it's going to tell you what the new location tiles and the extra actions are in the game. And at the back, it's going to have an explanation of all the task cards. Not a whole lot's going to change for the game. It's going to have some new things for you to do and some new actions. And we'll take a look at these a little bit more in detail in a moment. You're going to get 4 new boards that you can utilize. These will also have the scoring on the back side like the other ones. You're going to have a new little giant house. You're going to have like a carriage being pulled. You're going to have a cruise boat down here. Or, well, it's a cruise boat. It's a big tower. And you're going to have a couple buildings on this one, and so far a big tree here, and that one. So we'll go through what all of these do in a few minutes, but these boards match up, what I can tell, fairly perfectly to the base game. So you're going to have these pieces that will come out. These are all very hard cardboard, which is very nice. These will match up, giving the powers you can have by the side so people can see the icons a little bit easier without having to flip the tiles over on the board. You get a number of these tiles, which match up from the base game. You're going to have a few of these workers. We'll go through. They say they're really nice little, wooden bits and baubles if you like that sort of thing. And then you're going to get some cards in here that you'll be utilizing. Everything matches up. You got some advertisements at the back for some other Queen games. But for the most part, it's usual Queen cards and the quality is pretty good. So here's the rule book you're going to have in Queen fashion. You have a picture of all the components. Here's the changes, the setup down here at the bottom. Then when you open it up, it just kind of tells you how the new tiles are going to work, the new locations, the extra actions that you're going to have. Then on the back, an explanation of all of the task cards that you're going to see. We'll go through all this. Very, very good. Most Queen games are very good rule books, I find, and this one doesn't disappoint at all in that regard. Setup for this expansion is really easy. You have 4 new boards you can just shuffle in. They work exactly like the base ones, except for the tiles on them, which I'll go over in a few minutes. You're going to have 6 new task cards that will be shuffled in, and then as normal, 3 of these will be used throughout the game. Let's take a look at what these are. So 7 gold if at least 7 of your settlements form a diagonal line. You've got 9 gold if at least 7 of your own settlements are built at one of the 4 game edges. So you want it to be around the edge of the board. Place a refuge, 8 gold for a location, castle, or nomad space completely surrounded. So you want to surround some of these spaces. 6 gold if your own settlement is surrounded by your own. So you want to completely surround one of your own settlements. 5 gold for a terrain area completely populated, so you might want to find one of the small ones and start filling them in. And 10 gold if at least one of your own settlements is built at each of the 4 game board edges. So you want to have one on each side. And that's what you're going to have for these 6. You just shuffle them in with the base or any other expansions you're using and pick out 3 that you'll use for any game. The new location tile is going to give you something new to do. So this one allowed you to build 1 settlement onto an empty forest space. You must build the settlement adjacent to one of your settlements if possible. In addition, you'll have the monastery that you will see here. Build 1 settlement on an empty canyon space. And if possible, it has to be adjacent to what you already have. You will also have the fort, which allows you to draw a terrain card and build 1 settlement on an empty space of the terrain type. Then you will have crossroads. This could be a possibility. Draw 1 additional terrain card at the end of your turn. During your turn, you choose which of your 2 terrain cards you will use for your mandatory action and your extra actions, if any. Discard both after you're finished. So this one's actually going to give you a choice in the game. That would be nice. Then you have City Hall. During your turn, you may place your City Hall tile, which will look like this. You'll have one of these that you can place out. On the game board, once placed, it remains in place for the rest of the game. You must place it adjacent to one of your 7 settlements on empty spaces, and it counts as having all 7 settlements in all respects for Kingdom Builder and task cards. So the Town Hall, you can put this tile out, which puts a whole bunch of your settlements out at one time. You will also have the barracks. During each of your turns, you may choose one of 2 options. You're going to have these warriors that you will have that you can place out. You can put one of your warriors on an empty space eligible for building, and you must place this warrior adjacent to one of your settlements, or remove one of your warriors from the game board and place it back. What a warrior is going to do, it's going to prevent all buildings and moving actions, whether by you or any other player, on spaces adjacent to it. So as you can see here on the tile, it will make everything around it unusable. There's also a wagon, which you will have, and you will be able to utilize the wagon. Place your wagon, which is this piece right here. You're going to have this little marker that you will have, on an empty space eligible for a building or a mountain space. You must place it adjacent to one of your, or you move it up to 3 spaces if eligible, or remove it from the board. So this would allow you to put the wagon out and be able to build around it or move it around if need be. At the end of the game, a wagon is like any other settlement, but it's kind of neat that you can move it around if need be. The last one's going to be the lighthouse. During your may choose, you have 3 options. You have this little ship that you can place out. You can place him on a water space, just like the wagon. You can move him around or remove him, and he counts as any other settlement at the end of the game. So the wagon and the ship are going to be very similar. One's going to be on land and one will be on the sea. I do want to point out the Crossroad expansions. Really, all of this stuff is here. These are additional cards, if you want to say that. So the box is way too big for what you need. I guess once you put this in, it eats up a little bit more room. And then, obviously, the board. So perhaps the box was just kind of built for the boards itself. But the rest of the components are very, very light, considering the size of this gigantic box. Now, Crossroads is going to have a very striking cover. I think there's some good stuff in here. If you like Kingdom Builder, going to give you some more task cards, give you the warriors and the ships and the wagons you can move around a little bit, and the 4 additional boards that will allow you to do different things in different combinations. And that's what you're looking for in Kingdom Builder. The game itself is very simple to play. You're just putting the 3 items down in any given turn, but this will shake things up, give you different ways to score points, and give you some additional boards and some extra actions that you can have. If you're looking for that with Kingdom Builder, this will accomplish it, but don't be put off by the size. There isn't as much in here as this, it's probably like a small box expansion with those boards just to make the box a little bit bigger. So don't think you're getting a whole bunch of goodies in here that you want. And you don't have to use it all at one time. You can pick and choose which of the new stuff you add in. So you can do a little bit at a time. You can also just put out all the Crossroads stuff and play with that. Or you can just mix it in however you see fit. So that's Kingdom Builder Crossroads. This is going to be a purge for me because I didn't keep the base game. I think if I was going to keep the base game, more variety is good. I don't know that I like the base game enough to want more of it. But if you are in that regard where you're wanting more stuff for Kingdom Builder, Crossroads will accomplish that without making it really that much more complicated, to be honest. So it will, for Kingdom Builder fans, this will be something they want to seek out. Thanks for watching the video. I really appreciate you tuning in. If you liked it, please like it and hit that little subscribe button. That really helps out the channel, lets us know that you're getting the videos that you want. If you agreed or disagree with what I said, feel free to comment below. I'd love to hear what you have to say, and I promise that I will comment back. Thanks for watching, and everybody else, keep playing.